It's time now for Call of the Wild, the official weekly coaches show of the Wenatchee Wild. Stay up to date with your team all season long with Call of the Wild. With head coach and GM Bliss Littler, here's the voice of your Wenatchee Wild, Arch Ecker.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Call of the Wild, your weekly Wenatchee Wild talk show. I'm Arch Ecker with Wenatchee Wild Head Coach and GM Bliss Littler. Coach, last weekend, a busy weekend with starting off a game on the road and trail on Friday night and then the home opener on Saturday. So let's take them one at a time. We'll start off with the Friday night game in trail. And, an exciting game against a new division rival. And it's interesting when you play teams like that last year you would see them once at home, once on the road, and that'd be it. And, it takes a little bit of a different turn when you understand that this is now a division game.
For sure, Arch. In the past, you'd watch a little bit, you'd pull out certain things, but you really wouldn't get too detailed with it. And even when you're playing a team that you're only playing twice, that as a coach you're watching, but you take a little more, interest in their players. That when you're playing teams twice, you're kind of just looking for systems and a few tendencies. But when you play them 6 times, we need to learn their players.
Well, your team ended up falling behind early. It was sort of a game that saw the pendulum swing. You came out with a good push. All of a sudden, Trail ramped it up a little bit and jumped ahead, and then the Wild came back out and retook control of the game.
Exactly right. I thought we came out. We had a good push to start, and then after that, really the next 10 minutes or so, they kind of took it to us, and then I thought. We got to the second period, and I thought we had a good push back. I thought we started hitting them, and I thought it was a pretty good second period by both teams. And, it was a pretty even hockey game. Even after watching it on video, I thought both teams played fairly well. And there wasn't a lot of offense for the most part, but not a lot of great chances. But early in the year, it wasn't a bad hockey game.
I thought Jacob Acton certainly earned his Wheaties on that particular contest. He was kept busy, and he kept the team in the game.
He was our best player that game, that's for sure. That there are times that early on that one could have got away from us, but he made a lot of real big saves.
We brought Lucas Sauter back this year, and what we saw of him last year, we know what kind of energy he brings. The shot that he has displayed in that game in trail, both goals, the first one and then, of course, the game winner in overtime, I suppose maybe that's something as a coach maybe you're aware that he had, but it's a little extra weapon that he brings now.
Well, again, we're definitely counting on him to have some offense to his game. But he's playing right now. He's playing with a lot of confidence. He's doing a lot of things right, and he's doing a nice job leading also.
And for the second time in a row on the road, we talked about it in the pregame show, you fall behind, and the team with the character to not panic and learn to fight through it.
Yeah, again, we talked to the pregame show Saturday. It's good to be able to do that, but you don't want to do it very often or make a habit of it, because generally playing catch-up hockey is playing losing hockey.
The following night, we had to end up playing some catch-up hockey again. It was the home opener, and a lot of things go into a home opener, not just the hockey. There's a lot of things behind the scenes for a lot of guys. For the players, for the first time, they're having to deal with getting tickets for family coming in and all these extra distractions. And, you ran into a Vernon team that's obviously a very quality team.
Vernon's definitely one of the best teams in the league. We knew that going in. And really, when we got done with the video, it was just what we thought, that neither team created much offense. Even though we gave up 5 goals, there wasn't a lot of quality chances either way. That it was a pretty sloppy hockey game. That especially on our part, that we didn't make them work real hard. As far as we turned a lot of pucks over at their blue line. We didn't make them play 200 feet. But, for a young team that's just getting started here, that the first time at home playing in front of a pretty good crowd, enthusiastic Wild fans, that you're right, Arch, that you have to learn to deal with all the distractions at home, and eventually it turns into a huge advantage for you. But I think we had some guys who were pretty nervous, and I think that it affected how they played.
One thing you've learned, especially in the BCHL, there's no such thing as taking a night off. And we're going to find out this coming weekend when we go up there for the BCHL showcase in Chilliwack. 2 games, Saturday and Sunday. We've got Nanaimo on Saturday and then Langley on Sunday. an Island Division team and a Mainland Division team, and it's going to be a couple of great tests once again.
For sure. Again, we don't see those Island teams very often, and we have a pretty good idea of how Langley's going to play, just with the rivalry we've had with them and the exhibition we just got done with. But I know our kids are excited to get up there and really to get this rotten taste out of our mouth, and to show people that we're going to be a pretty good club.
Last question for you. The Island teams, do you feel any sense that games played by the Island teams have any characteristic that might be different from the other two divisions?
I think Nanaimo plays a lot like Langley. Paul River, I think, plays a decent amount like Chilliwack did. And then Alberni Valley and Cowichan, I think they play kind of how Prince George, how they played us in the past, where I think there's just different coaching philosophies in those different teams. But definitely I see some similarities in some teams in the mainland. Again, don't know the interior well enough to comment, but again, we're looking forward to playing both games.
An exciting opportunity for the players and for the coaching staff as well. The BCHL Showcase coming up this weekend, Saturday against Nanaimo at 1 in the afternoon, Sunday morning against the Langley Rivermen to wrap up our showcase experience. That'll wrap up our show for this week. We'll see you next time on Call of the Wild. Have a great week.
You've been listening to Call of the Wild, the official weekly coaches show of the Wenatchee Wild, a presentation of the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network.